All right, one last refactoring we want to do here. In our movies table component, look at what we're returning, a table element. Inside that, we have table header and table body. With this implementation, next time we want to render a table of items, we have to add the table again, plus the table header. And note that here, we're setting the columns attribute twice. It's a little bit inconvenient to add a new table. So let's extract a new component, call it table, so we can reuse it easily whenever we want to render a table of items. So here in the common folder, let's add a new file, table.jsx. On the top, we import React and create a functional component, call it table. It takes the props object here. Now back to our movies table component, I'm going to select this entire markup, cut it, and paste it here. Now here we need to import the table header and table body components. So back to our movies table component. On the top, I'm going to grab these two lines, cut them, and put them right here. We just need to change the location of their modules. We don't need the common folder because currently we are in the common folder. Okay. Next, we need to modify the value of these attributes. So we need to read all of these from the props. Let's do our object destructuring. So we need the columns, the sort column, the unsort event handler, and data. We pick all of these from this props argument. And then we'll change this .columns with just columns. And finally here, instead of movies, we're going to use data. Okay, now we have a simple reusable table component. These four props define the interface of this component. So let's use this in our movies table component. On the top, first we need to import it. Import table from common/table. Now here in the render method, we will return a table with these properties. Columns, which we set to this.columns. Data, which we set to movies, which we read here from our props, as well as two more attributes. Sort column, which we set to sort column, and finally unsort. Unsort. Now look at the implementation of this movies table component. In this component, we're defining the columns we want to display. So our implementation is very specific to movies. These are the columns we want to render. These are the properties in each movie we want to render. Now in our render method, we're simply returning a table. So this component is a wrapper around this table and has all the data that this table needs. That is a much better implementation. And in the future, let's say we want to render a table of customers, all we have to do is to reuse this table component.